Okay, so it's 7 now, so I'm gonna get started. So my name is Maria. I'm a second year student in social science and cultural innovation. There is the CAO code as well, DC238. So let's start. So what makes this course unique? So it is a level 8 honours degree and it is a 3 or 4 year program. This depends on whether you choose to do a year abroad or paid intra-placement. So it's a combination of cultural and intercultural studies and sociology, media, politics, and innovation. It is extremely broad and it offers such a wide range of subjects and is very flexible. In final year, you will get to specialise into whatever strand you prefer. And the course is designed to empower you and encourage you to identify and pursue your passion in such a rapidly changing world. I also want to add that it is a continuous assessment course, which is really lovely for people who are not a fan of exams like myself. But there are 1 or 2 optional modules in year 2 that do have an exam, so I just would let you know to watch out for that. So here are some roles that people who've done this course have done, and also jobs that are on the rise with a changing world. So there you can see there are many redundant roles like data entry clerks, accounting, bookkeeping and payroll clerks, it's assembly and factory workers. A lot of these roles are redundant now. Then there are many stable roles like sales and marketing professionals, human resource specialists, management and organization analysts, so on. And then there are so many new roles like data analysts and scientists, AI and machine learning specialists, innovation professionals, people and cultural specialists. And a lot of these roles do align with the learnings in this course. So the course workload. So in each year, you will need to take a total of 60 ECTS credits worth of modules. So ECTS credits are European Credit Transfer Systems, and this is basically the common credit system used to assign credits to programs or modules. So there are core modules that you need to take, and there are also optional modules that you can choose from based on what you are interested in, and the optional modules begin from second year. It's good to note that some modules are worth 5 credits and others are worth 10. So the course structure. So in year 1, there are core modules from 3 pathways of sociology, intercultural studies, media and politics. These are coupled with a focus on developing strong personal leadership and academic competence. So year 1 really provides a really good base for what you're going to learn throughout year 2, and it helps with learning about ideologies that are going to be very helpful. So in year 2, there is a more applied focus. There are some modules that involve a lot of social innovation, and there are new core modules from each of the 3 pathways, and you also have the ability to select optional modules throughout the year. So year 3 is optional. So you can choose to do a year abroad or an intra-placement. If you don't want to do any of these, you can skip this year and go straight to final year. where there is a lot of new core modules. The aim of this year is to specialise in one pathway that you are most interested in, and there are a lot of electives for each pathway. There is also professional development support and a lot of preparation for the future. You also have to complete a dissertation. So every year includes specific modules designed to promote a variety of key 21st century skills, which will be sought and valued across multiple sectors. So these can include transferable skills, which can be as simple as communication skills, teamwork skills, presentation, speech skills, and then they can also go all the way up to like data skills and stuff like that. So exploring the available strands up close. So the first pathway is Intercultural Studies, Migration and Diverse Societies. So this explores the multiple forces that shape our identity, society and our world. You will learn to understand the role of culture and learn strategies to drive social innovation. Some examples of modules are Power, Self and Society, Social Psychology, Social Entrepreneurship, Contemporary Cultural Debates, and Issues in Multiculturalism. Second is Politics, Power and Internationalization. So you will learn about global political systems, international relations and statecraft. You will also examine the political history and power dynamics of diverse regions. So this can go from a national level where you learn about Ireland, Ireland's history and politics in Ireland, to global politics. So some examples are Introduction to Politics, which provides a really good base for the rest of the modules, Intelligence and National Security, Introduction to Gender Studies, Politics of Sub-Saharan Africa, Nationalism and Populism in the 21st Century, and Conflict Resolution in Northern Ireland. So the third pathway is Media, Society and the Digital World. So here you will discover the powerful role that the media plays in our lives and societies. You'll imagine the future of media in an increasingly digital world. Examples of modules include analysing visual media texts, ethics in digital culture, social class and the media, communication, culture and the environment. I would also include understanding digital media, which is a really useful module and extremely relevant, and also 21st century data literacy and analytics. So here is an example of what semester in year one would look like. So semester one would look like this. You would have Introduction to Communication Studies and Introduction to International Relations and Security, which are both worth 10 credits. You will also have Power, Self and Society, Interculturalism in Practice, and Introduction to Politics, which are all 5 credits. Semester 2, you would have Analysing Visual Media Text, which is worth 10 credits. Then there's Ethics in Digital Culture, Contemporary Cultural Debates, and Introduction to Modern Ireland. These are all worth 5. You might be interested in doing an intra-placement or a year abroad. So you might like to know that these are very competitive programs. Both are year-long. The year abroad application will depend on your year 1 and semester 1 of year 2 marks, and also the availability of places. Doing a year abroad will result in an international degree. Current students are spending the year in Malta, Prague, Vilnius, Lyon and Sydney. Intra is also very similar. It's competitive, year-long, and the application for both of these programs begin in January and February of second year of semester 2 of second year. And yes, your year 1 marks are important in this. You need a minimum of a 2-1 final grade, which is majority of your module results have to be 60% or over. So why is this a really good course in terms of career possibilities? So not only is it a very broad course in its subjects, but you also have a career development component in each year, which is through community engagement, innovation, data literacy, and career visioning components. You can also learn transferable skills in the DCU Futures and the student skills platforms, which are really helpful. There are also opportunities for postgraduate study in many fields. If that's something you're interested in, you could do a grad program. So what careers will you be very well trained for? Here's a list of a lot of broad sectors that you would be able to go into, like marketing and advertising, government organizations and strategy houses, international institutions and policy development, cultural industries, NGOs, human resources and change management. You can also include data analytics and a lot of political jobs in this. So here are some of the places where graduates have ended up working. So market research analysts, events management, banking, fashion communications in tour, marketing, PwC, international language schools, the Department of Foreign Affairs, the accountancy firms, AIB. There's a lot of options. So to finish up, what makes this course unique? So there are limited places in this course to promote inclusion and belonging. It offers very innovative and applied modules. It applies really unique strands like sociology, cultural studies, media, politics, and data literacy, which are all very important in today's society. It includes both generalization and specialization, and is extremely broad and depth. You definitely will not get bored in this course, as there's constantly something new and something different within each module. You have the opportunity to do an intra-placement or a year abroad. It focuses very heavily on key 21st century skills, and it's a very modern course in terms of keeping up with what's relevant in today's society, such as things like AI and TikTok. It offers a lot of transferable skills throughout assessments and enables you to easily communicate your skills to future employers. It also values career development, which is really wonderful. So that is everything. If you have any questions, you can pop them into the chat box. You can also send an email to the program chair, Tamara. There is her email there as well. I can stay on for another few minutes to answer any questions that anyone has. So thank you. Would social science be able to help develop a career in social work? I would say yes, in a way. At the moment, I'm doing a module which is a voluntary, it's like voluntary work. So it is called Change Makers, and you basically are a mentor for young adults that are in youth reach or that are from disadvantaged areas around Dublin. So I guess you could link that with social work, but I wouldn't say the main focus of the course is social work. No worries at all. The 2-1 grade is for both intra and the year abroad. So to be able to apply for those, you have to have a 2-1 grade in first year. This is really important because if you don't get it, then you won't be able to apply. Do you know, is that the same for many courses? If you're talking about the 2-1 grade, yes, I think it's for every course with intra and the year abroad. And not to confuse you as well with the 2-1 grade. So that doesn't mean that you have to get 60% or more in every subject. It just means that, let's say you're doing 5 modules, you would need 60% or more in at least 3 of those. So for semester 1 of first year, you'd be doing 5 modules, so you'd want ideally 3 of those modules to be 60% or over, and then in semester 2 of first year, you would do 4. So again, you'd want 2 kind of minimum to be over 60%, preferably 3. But you don't need 60% in every single one. If this course isn't mainly focused on social work, what course do you recommend studying instead in DCU? I'm not 100% sure if there is a social work course in DCU. I definitely know there's one in other colleges, but let me see. It's not that you wouldn't be able to go into social work after this course, but I don't think it's one of the main areas that a lot of people go into. But unfortunately, I don't think there is a specific course in DCU for social work. So I think this could be the best option for it. No worries at all. Would the modules that are worth 10 credits factor more heavily into the 2-1? No, not particularly. I remember for myself, I didn't reach 60% on one of the 10 credit modules, and it didn't make a difference for me anyways, to getting a 2-1 for first year. So no, I don't think it would make a huge difference. Health and social inclusion is the closest thing I could find. It's postgraduate 2 years. Yeah, so there would be an option to go into that after you did this course, I'd say, which would be really good because I feel like that's the base of this course. It gives you the option to continue on into something that you really want to specialize in. So whether it is social work, you definitely could specialize postgraduate. If it's politics, you can specialize into that. If you're looking at marketing, media, communications, journalism, you can specialize all of those things postgraduate after this course.